Imagine, for a moment, a young trader sitting in a busy boardroom on a Tuesday morning. He has watched a certain stock trade in a dull, narrow range for weeks. Nothing moves. Nothing speaks. Then, without warning, the price chart begins to move. Price lifts sharply above a level that everyone in the room has been watching. The young man feels his pulse quicken. He sees others lean forward. He hears excited murmurs pass between men at neighboring desks. He tells himself, "This is it. The great move has finally come." He buys, and within the hour, he watches that same price slide quietly back down, as though the advance had never happened at all. What he encountered was not a genuine trend. It was a ghost trend, a false move, a deception dressed in the clothes of opportunity. And if you stay with me today, I will show you exactly how these ghost trends are constructed, how they appear on the tape, and most importantly, how a trained and patient mind can recognize them before they do their damage. To understand the ghost trend, you must first understand something about the nature of the market itself. The market is not a machine that runs on its own. It is a stage, and on that stage, there are a few large interests: operators, pools, professionals who possess deep resources and long experience. Around them swirls the great mass of the public, eager, excitable, and largely uninformed about the real forces at work beneath the surface of prices. The crowd loves movement. It loves excitement. When a stock stands still for weeks, the public grows restless and looks elsewhere. But when price springs upward without warning, the crowd is drawn in like moths to a lamp. They do not ask who is selling to them. They do not ask what purpose the move serves. They only see that price is rising, and they are seized by the fear of being left behind. It is precisely this impatience, this hunger for action, that makes ghost trends possible. The operators understand the crowd far better than the crowd understands itself. So what exactly is a ghost trend? It is a temporary, manufactured advance or decline that imitates the appearance of a genuine move just long enough to pull undisciplined speculators into a trap. It is not a random accident. It is a deliberate campaign designed to create a pool of buyers or sellers whose positions can later be used as fuel. On the tape, a ghost trend has a particular feel. It tends to appear after a long, dull period when the public has grown weary and attention is elsewhere. Then, quite suddenly, price is pushed through a well-known level, a high that many observers have been watching, a point where resting buy orders are known to sit. The advance looks compelling. It looks real. But it is brief. It flares up, draws in the eager crowd, and then fades. The operators, you see, needed those fresh buyers. They needed someone to sell to. Think of it this way. A genuine campaign in a stock is like a locomotive gathering steam. It builds slowly, it moves forward with purpose, and it does not easily reverse. A ghost trend is like a firework. It burns brilliantly for a moment, commands every eye in the room, and then it is gone, leaving only smoke. Now let us examine the signs that separate a ghost from the real thing. Study these carefully because they are your tools of protection. The first thing to watch is the character of the dealings surrounding the move. A true advance tends to show steady, healthy activity that grows as price progresses. There is evidence of genuine demand meeting genuine supply, and demand wins out, step by step. In a ghost trend, you will often see something quite different. Activity bursts fiercely at the moment of the apparent breakout, as though a great urgency has suddenly gripped the market, but then, almost immediately, the follow-through dwindles. The first rush is loud. What follows is silence. A real move does not exhaust itself at the opening moment. It gathers strength as it goes forward. The second sign is what I call stalling and hesitation. After the initial lunge through the old high, watch what price does next. Does it press forward with ease, each small reaction small and quickly recovered? Or does it seem to hang in the air, moving in a narrow and labored fashion, as though struggling against weight it cannot see? Professional buying, when it is genuine, tends to carry price through resistance cleanly. Ghost advances feel heavy almost immediately after the first excitement. The third sign is the failure back into the old range. This is the moment of truth, and it is often brutal for those caught on the wrong side. After the crowd has bought eagerly near the top of the move, price turns. It does not merely pause, It retreats steadily, slipping back beneath the very level it so recently broke above. Those who bought in excitement are now trapped. To escape, they must sell, and in selling, they provide the large interests with a fresh supply of stock at attractive prices. The trap has closed. The ghost has vanished. The fourth sign lies in the behavior of the crowd itself. When a ghost trend is forming, watch the boardrooms, listen to the talk. You will find that it is the public, the small speculator, the man who reads the financial columns and speaks to his neighbor. These are the ones buying. Contrast this with a genuine advance, where the professionals have done their quiet work long before the visible move began. Accumulation by large interests is patient and invisible. It happens in the dull periods, the weeks of narrow trading, the sessions when no one is paying attention. By the time the crowd notices the move, the professionals are already in position, and in a ghost trend, they are already preparing to exit. Let me give you a simple mental routine you can carry with you every time you approach the tape. First, ask yourself, who is likely in control of this move? Has price been quietly building a foundation of genuine demand, or has it simply sprung upward without preparation? A sound advance is rarely a surprise to the careful observer. It follows a period of quiet accumulation that can be read if you have trained your eye. Next, observe what price does after it moves through an old high or low. Does it step forward with ease, or does it stall and begin to feel heavy? Ease of movement is a mark of genuine force. Labored movement, even at seemingly new high ground, is a warning. Then, give close attention to whether activity strengthens on continued progress, or whether it flares at the first moment and then dies away. The tape tells this story plainly if you are listening. And finally, and this is perhaps the most important point of all, if you feel an urgent, pressing desire to jump into a move immediately, treat that sensation itself as a warning. The ghost trend feeds on urgency. It is constructed to make the cautious man feel he is about to miss something. The professional has learned to be most suspicious precisely when he feels most compelled to act quickly. Let me tell you two situations so you can hear the difference clearly. Imagine a stock that is traded between 40 and 45 for the better part of 2 months. During this time, the tape shows careful, quiet dealings. Activity is moderate. Price tests the lower end of the range and holds. It tests the upper end and does not collapse. A student watching carefully might notice that on the reactions, activity shrinks, suggesting that supply is being absorbed. Then one session, price moves above 45 on steady growing dealings. It does not rush or flare. It advances step by step. When it pauses, the pause is brief and shallow. When the next session opens, it moves forward again. There is no great excitement in the boardrooms. The crowd has not yet noticed. This is the behavior of a genuine move. The work was done quietly, and the advance reflects real and continuing demand. Now consider a different stock. It too has been quiet, but in this case, the quiet period has been brief, only a week or so, and there has been no evidence of serious accumulation. Then, suddenly, on a single session, price surges sharply above a well-known high. The boardrooms buzz. Men who have not looked at the stock in weeks are now speaking of it. Activity is tremendous, but only for that first burst. The next day, price moves in a narrow, labored range. It cannot follow through. By the third day, it begins to slip. Within the week, it is back in the old territory, and those who bought the breakout are sitting with losses, wondering what happened. What happened was simple. They were the purpose of the move. All of this brings us back to the mind of the trader himself, because in the end, the ghost trend does not succeed through cleverness alone. It succeeds because of the weaknesses that live inside each one of us. The fear of missing a great move, the impatience spread by long inactivity, the excitement that comes from watching price move quickly. These are the cracks in the wall through which the operators enter. The winning speculator, the one who survives and prospers over years, not merely over weeks, has learned to treat his own excitement as a signal to pause and examine, not to act. He asks, before every trade, who is being served by this move? If the answer is, the crowd is being served with the thrill of a rising price, he stands back and watches. If the evidence of genuine force is not present, he waits. This is the discipline of the professional, not cleverness, not speed, not the ability to predict, It is patience and the willingness to let the tape speak before committing. Let me leave you with this. The ghost trend has 4 marks. It appears suddenly after a dull period. It pushes through a level the crowd has been watching. Its activity flares and then fails to follow through. And it collapses back into the range it appeared to escape. Your protection against it rests in calm, methodical reading of price and dealings, combined with a firm refusal to act on excitement alone. Study the periods of inactivity as carefully as the periods of movement. Ask whether the work of accumulation has truly been done before a supposed advance. Observe whether the tape shows ease of movement or labored, hesitant progress. And above all, guard against the sensation of urgency that every ghost trend is designed to create. The large operators count on you to be undisciplined. They count on you to buy when you feel the thrill and to sell when you feel the fear. The moment you learn to read these moves for what they truly are, you cease to be useful to them as a source of supply. You stop serving as grist for their mill. Train your eye. Train your mind. Read the tape as it is, not as you wish it to be. That is the study of a lifetime, and there is no shortcut to it. But for those who do the work, the rewards are real, and they are lasting.